Mazuma TV back in the building, man. What's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob. We in the building as always, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. About to be on my way to go get it as always, man. I hope y'all doing the same, man. On the road to 2K. We about to crack that 1,500 mark, man. Shout out to the nation. Shout out to the mob for making this possible. This is Mazuma Boxer. I know they got a little bit of lint on there, whatever. We gonna fix that once we get to the job and all that. But Mazuma Boxing, merch all over MazumaMerch.com, man. Go check it out, man. I'm not gonna say fans, but I got subscribers from the UK, Spain, Canada, of course, West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, down south. You know what I'm saying? Japan. Bro, we all over, man. I just want to get my merch over there, man. So if any way y'all can do it, even if y'all buying a sticker, it'll very much be appreciated. You know what I mean? But this is the topic that I want to get into today, and it is the era of the email champion. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I really want to get into. And whether it's hurtful, if it's detrimental, or a positive thing that's going on in boxing nowadays. You know what I mean? And what I mean by the email champ is just a situation where these guys are just obtaining titles without necessarily fighting for them. You know what I mean? And this isn't me bashing fighters, because at the end of the day, if they give you a world title, you know what I mean, most likely you're going to take it, right? Because you understand that it gives you power. You know what I mean? It gives you power in the division. It makes you relevant in the division. And it may help you get the big fights that you're looking for, man. Because it strengthens your name at the negotiation table. You know what I'm saying? So there's nothing really wrong with accepting a belt that they're handing to you. You know what I mean? The problem is the sanctioning bodies just blatantly giving them to fighters. You know what I mean? So this is really a shot at sanctioning bodies. You know what I mean? And I really wanted to speak on this being the era of the email champ, because, you know, it all became famous after Devin Haney became the WBC champion, or upgraded to the full status champion, because Vasyl Lomachenko ended up signing up for the WBC franchise belt. But there's people that have received the belts before Devin Haney. You know what I mean? Like, I remember Jamal Charlo at middleweight. I remember he was a WBC interim. And I don't know exactly if Triple G vacated the belt. I'm going to have to do some more research on that. He relinquished it, whatever. But they ended up giving Jamal Charlo the WBC title without having to fight for it. Then, of course, the Devin Haney situation. Then it goes on to Costa Tszyu. You know what I mean? Costa Tszyu was given his belt. You know what I mean? He ended up defending it against Brian Mendoza, but he did not fight for the belt. He went straight into a title defense. Jaron Ennis, most recently, was given the IBF title after they had stripped Terrence Crawford. And now it's Gervonta Davis, man. Like, Gervonta Davis was WBA regular champ at 135 pounds after defeating Rolly Romero. And I guess after Devin Haney vacated his belts and he was removed as the super champion, they just handed the belt over to Gervonta Davis. So this is his second primary belt that he has won in his career. You know what I mean? I believe he had the IBF at 130, and now he has the WBA at 135. So I guess congratulations to Gervonta Davis. I don't know if he really feels accomplished, in all honesty, because he's even stated in the past that he doesn't want the belt. So it's interesting to see how he's going to go about it, man. He's been pretty quiet about that whole topic lately. But nonetheless, man, Gervonta Davis is an email champion at this point. You know what I mean? And it really has a lot of Gervonta Davis fans quiet, man. Like my boy Notes, he really don't got nothing to say about it. And he's a diehard Gervonta Davis fan. And this ain't a shot at Notes. That's my brother. You know what I mean? But it's just ironic, because a lot of Gervonta Davis fans are using that against Devin Haney whenever they were bringing him up against fighting Gervonta Davis. It was like, oh, man, he was an email champion. You know, Teofimo fans are also riding with that, because I believe Teofimo was the first one to actually say that Devin Haney was an email champ. You know what I mean? So now that the tables have turned, and now it's their fighter who ends up receiving the belt without having to fight for it, now a lot of people are pretty quiet. And in all honesty, man, I think this is going to be the new norm in boxing. And now I really want to get into whether it's hurtful or not. Now, me looking at it, I actually think that it does more harm than good. You know what I mean? Especially amongst boxing fans, and I'm going to tell you why. I feel like it's harmful because, in all honesty, they're not having to work for this belt. They don't need to be active to get this belt. All you have to do is have the regular version of a title or be the interim champion, and all of a sudden you could just, if the main champion slips, you just hand them a belt. I think that honestly, just it's gonna make fighters feel like they don't have to do much in order to reach that status. It's like they'd probably be complacent with just receiving an interim belt. It could be that, and really, it really applies less pressure on fighters to fight guys that are in sanctioning bodies, because in all honesty, I think it would have been a lot better if instead of just giving Gervonta Ennis the belt, that he would have fought somebody that was ranked in the IBF. Like, obviously he was the #1, but him fighting the #2 guy, the #3 guy, whoever is available at the moment, it would have been dope to see Boots have that opportunity to step into the ring, have that belt on the line, and showcase his skills on his way to receiving the title. That would have been a dope moment as fans to see. But unfortunately, Boots is going to come into the ring with the belt without having witnessed seeing him receive it after winning the fight. You know what I mean? It's just going to be an automatic title defense. And as boxing fans, like, damn, I wish we could have seen that moment when Boots actually performed for his first world title. You know what I'm saying? So it harms us as boxing fans. I ain't going to lie to you, man, because we're missing out on some good moments in these fighters' careers. You know what I mean? Because they could just be sitting at home and all of a sudden receive a message from a sanctioned body saying, oh, okay, yo, congratulations, man. You are now the full-fledged champion at your weight class, blah, blah, blah. We're going to be sending you your belt. And it's just like, damn, I ain't had to fight for it. I ain't had to do a training camp for it. I ain't had to knock nobody out for it. I ain't had to showcase my skills. I didn't have to get paid. Like, I'm what's going on? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's catching a lot of these fighters off guard. And like I said, these fighters not going to turn down these world title shots because they're not going to turn down these world titles because at the end of the day, especially if you're an up-and-coming fighter like Gervonta Ennis, that belt gives you power. You know what I mean? And it's going to open up opportunities that he didn't have previously before he had the world title. So it's a gift and a curse at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And I see why a lot of these fighters feel conflicted upon receiving these belts via email. You know what I mean? So that's my take on the whole situation. I think that the email champion era is in full effect, and I feel like that it does more harm than good amongst these fighters and boxing fans, if we're being honest, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Gervonta Davis is our most recent email champ. No shade to Gervonta Davis at all. That's just what it is. That's what the sanctioning body did to him. So y'all let me know what y'all think about this. Does this do good for the sport of boxing? Is it harmful for the sport of boxing? Y'all let me know in the comments below. This is Mazuma TV. Thank you very much for tuning in. I'm out of here, man. Peace.